Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to cover a very common question that I've been getting about my prison sentence. And I really want to address this because this is really important. And this is the question. It's from Link. And it is, I have a question, sir. How do you not hold resentment for those cops and this corrupt government? To say that you attempted to kill someone is such a stretch. The government says that we can't lie, cheat, steal, or kill, but then it does all of those things in numbers that we couldn't achieve in several lifetimes. How do you move past such BS? Okay, so I'm going to address this part of it, and it's about taking responsibility for what I did. And I want to explain why me taking sole responsibility for the entire event is so important, because even if everyone was lying, even if it was false and all these things that I could have got all the charges dropped completely, I still would have been that same version of myself, and then it would have been recreated again. Say 6 months down the road, I would have done the same thing. I would have went back to drinking. I would have stayed in my that current concept of myself, and I would have kept recreating the same life over and over and over. And the next time I probably did that, I probably would have ended up dead somewhere. I probably would have crashed my truck and probably killed myself or killed somebody else. It could have gotten even worse than that. So at this point, I was looking at it as something good that happened, something that really was putting me in my place to look within myself and make the proper changes and change my personality, my concept of myself, change myself within, and not try to attack the 3D world and blame anyone else but myself. I needed to make that change in order to find the real problem, because the world is you pushed out. And even if I would have directed my attention at the actual situation, instead of being grateful for it happening, I could have attacked it and then got all the charges dropped, but then I just would have recreated the same event to happen, but probably worse the next time. And I figured all of this out. These are things that I figured out in my journey of going to prison and changing my version of myself. And this is really relevant actually to manifesting in vain again. Like if you were to just attack the surface without actually going within yourself and making the real changes within you, because the world is you pushed out. So if you remain the same and you're just manifesting different surface things to change in your 3D world, because the 3D world is just you pushed out. And if you just continue to manifest your way out of your problems, you're never going to see the actual problem. You're just going to be changing things in vain instead of looking at yourself, instead of looking in the mirror and seeing that the real problem is you. And you can actually live the life that you really want to live and be happy, but you have to address the real issue and not be manifesting in vain like this, because this is a very good example of manifesting in vain, just creating all of this money in your life and all these material things in your life when you're not a good person at heart. You're not happy within, or trying to create relationships before you're happy within. This is manifesting in vain. You're trying to create a relationship before you're ready. You're trying to create all of this money before you're ready. You have to develop yourself and look within. Take a look in the mirror and then make the proper changes within you. And then you will manifest these things automatically. You will automatically be able to be happy and manifest a great relationship, a large amount of money. The life that you want to live will come to you automatically. And when you're presently aware, when you learn all of these things and you can actually manifest this life and be presently aware and observe your thoughts and enjoy the journey and the ride while you're creating all this, then you will find the life that you truly want to live. Because once you look at yourself in the mirror and you make the proper changes within you, that's when you're going to live the life that you truly want to live. If you're manifesting in vain, that means you're avoiding the real issue, and all those things are just going to disappear anyways. Like if you're not whole and complete and you're trying to find a relationship or make all of this money, it's only going to be temporary. You're not going to enjoy the money. You're not going to enjoy the relationship. It's not going to be the right person. You're not going to be in the right position for that money. It's just going to be a mirage. It's going to be an illusion that's going to disappear within a certain amount of time. Or it's going to harm your life to the point where you're not going to be able to find your way back. Just like me. I mean, I look at that situation that night when everything happened at this bar, when I was so drunk where I barely remember anything. I could have killed somebody. I could have a real life sentence right now. Or maybe that really did happen, then I had to revise the scene. Maybe I did have a murder charge and I had to revise it, but I wanted to fix the issue. The issue was me, because I was just going to continue the same patterns. and then possibly really, really hurt someone or myself in that situation because I was an alcoholic. I was drinking to the point where I was blacking out. That is not the life that anyone should be living. And another really, really important part of looking in the mirror and changing your concept of yourself before you go out and just start manifesting things in vain is that your inner talking changes. When you fix the foundation, you will automatically manifest because your inner dialogue changes, your thoughts change, and then you image things automatically. Then you're creating, just like Neville Goddard says, when you imagine something, your imagination creates reality. And when you fix the foundation, which is you, your concept of yourself, you're going to start manifesting and visualizing automatically, unconsciously. You're going to be imagining the world that you deserve to have. And when you actually go in and change the foundation, change your concept of yourself to be a successful person, then it's going to automatically happen. There's going to be a series of events that are going to take place in your life. When you visualize this, these things are going to take place in your life that are going to build you up in order to get all of those things. And then it's not going to be in vain. You must change your concept of yourself, and then you will automatically go through a series of events that are going to lead to you being successful. Because imagination creates reality. Whatever you imagine in your mind is going to be created and externalized into the hologram, the 3D world. And when you can fix your foundation, it will change what you believe and consent to be true into your world. And then you will imagine the world that you deserve to live in. And it'll be a natural sequence of events that'll take place. And your world will be exactly as it's supposed to be. And you're not going to be just temporarily manifesting. You're not going to be just temporarily manifesting. Like, for example, somebody that would manifest in vain, a good example of this would be somebody that makes minimum wage and they take out a loan for a $250,000 car. So they think they own this car. They think it's their car, but that car actually owns them. That is not their version of themselves. They are manifesting in vain. This is a good example of somebody that would manifest in vain. All right, guys, I love you. That's the end of this video, and I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to leave your comments or any future content. Ask me questions. I read all of the comments. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.